Greetings, ladies and gentle readers. Got another book review coming at you today. This time, I just finished reading Arcane Legacy Book 1, Whispers of Wrath by Sever Bronny, one of my current favorite fantasy writers, really. He's got a really great world that he clearly loves to write in. It started with Arcane. If I can go and grab it. By Sever Bronny. Yeah, there we go. Started with Arcane, the Arinthian Line, Book 1. This is a fully complete series. You can read that start to finish. It then began as a tale of Ogham, and I don't like making this connection, but you can think of him as a more adult Harry Potter. Because in the world of Harry Potter, you know, the big bads of the story don't really, I mean, yeah, sure, they're a little bit bad, but like a lot of time it's just like, ooh, I'm throwing people up in the air and whatever else. And the big bad of this one is a necromancer who will kill entire villages to raise them from the dead for his own personal army to continue taking over the entire world. So it's kind of as if, you know, good old Harry had to actually face a huge threat that was a threat to everybody every day that threat existed, right? And now from there, we then go to, can I see it here as well? I can. We can go and continue that with Burden's Edge in Fury of a Rising Dragon, Book 1. This is also a completely self-contained story. Once again, with our little Lightning Warlock main character. And the next stage in his life, dealing with the aftermath of that and trying to bring back a certain interesting noble calling, if you will, and where that takes them. And that takes us back to Whispers of Wrath. You can see we've got little lightning warlocks here, and we've got the other two. Slight spoiler, the three main characters don't die yet. And now there's another interesting thing. The world is kind of opening up. It turns out their little continent that they're on isn't the only one in the world. And it would appear other people have their eye on, dare I say it, the slightly weakened continent that has had to experience all of these wars and hardship. So great. Also fantastic. Loved the series, how it's beginning so far. It's hard to talk about it. Never mind. No, it's not. Yeah, they can turn into dragons now. That's from the end of the series 2. They can turn into dragons, and it, screws with them. Turns out you needed a lot of training to reach this level of power. A lot of training that they kind of sort of didn't know they needed because there was no one alive to give them this training. And now they're struggling to contain the dragon as it's bleeding into their everyday life, possibly taking them over, which would be kind of very bad because who they are would be destroyed. And all that would be left would be this like monster-like creature that has aspects of them, but is very primal, right? So that's what they're struggling with here, while they realize, hey, the entire kingdom's under attack right now from something that we really need to be in control to try to fight, but their control's not quite there. So I like how the world keeps progressing. The progress feels natural. I'm interested, admittedly, more in 2 of the 3 characters. Sorry, but that's kind of just true. There are 3 POVs, because we've got Ogham, Lyra, and of course Bridget. Their stories are interesting. I can see if you are put off by multiple POVs, you might not be into this one quite as much, but I would suggest you give it a try anyway, The next book seems to promise to expand the world even more, given the events about how this book ends. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and how that's going to be done, given the various powers at play who are like trying to tug the dragons in this direction or that direction for, you know, their own use. Kind of seeing how that's going to be dealt with to address the problem that is clearly before them. I think that's spoiler free as bad as I can make it. But yeah, so far I've absolutely enjoyed all of the books in the various series that Sever's been using here. And if you read it, or I guess you could jump into this, they do a pretty good job of introducing to you the world itself. You could just jump into this one. You don't have to read all of them because there is explanation on how things are going. And a lot of things are put into context. So you have explanations to certain terms and how, you know, magic works and all of that stuff. This book was definitely written with some new readers to his series in mind. It's like, yeah, he is continuing, but you're not going to be lost at all if you do want to just start with Whispers of Wrath, I think is the best way to describe that. And if you do pick it up, yeah, I think it's a great adventure. In this book in particular, all three of the main characters have their own little adventures that they're kind of going off on while remaining on the same plot line, I guess is what you could say. And yeah, it was a good read. I enjoyed it. I'll probably be reading it again at some point. So I heavily recommend it, and I can't wait for the next. If you've read some of his stuff, let me know. Did you enjoy? Did you not enjoy? Will you be checking out Whispers of Wrath? Do tell, do tell, do tell. And as always, I will see you next time.